18 years you were in jail. Which jail it was?
First of all, it was Great Fort Delhi. Secondly, Ambala Central Jail.
Right.
Thirdly, Nasik Road Central Prison.
Nasik Central Prison.
I was for a longer time. Then came Aurangabad. Aurangabad Central Jail in Maharashtra. And then I was going to Delhi for Supreme Court petitions. I used to fight in the Supreme Court personally for the reason that the life terms they did not define. And many points, even today I have got certain points in the very point. I want to put before people.
Okay.
Do something.
Right.
And they are very
life term is not defined.
Solid.
Yeah.
Points.
We can take it up from there.
Correct.
Okay, so when were you released from the...
In 1964 first, and then in 65 again in 1 year more, and in 65 end I was released.
Okay. Since then what have you been doing?
I have taken to writing. My wife was running an iron workshop for maintenance.
I see.
So I was in fact depending on that also.
Okay.
My own maintenance.
How many books have you written?
About a dozen.
About a dozen. They are mainly in English or?
No, mainly the beginning was in Marathi.
In Marathi.
Gandhiyatya Adini,
I
my
see.
first book.
Okay.
Spirit at that time, looking with hatred and all this, has subsided. That is one thing. And secondly, there was a group who had become bolder enough now to say that what you have done is correct. So that group was my sympathizer. And they sympathized, so these people sympathized with me and my family. I did not expect anything. Because one who goes to offer his life does not expect anything from the people. So much so, but when the people come with love and affection, I receive them. So the haters were there, but they were to be pushed by some leaders, not otherwise.
Not otherwise. Okay. On their own, they did not hate
No,
you. How your neighbors in this building treat you today?
Quite nice.
Okay.
No problem.
No problem, absolutely.
No problem.
They don't look at you as a murderer.
No, not
at all.
It was all to
They are afraid of you?
to tell you, even the jail superintendent, wherever I were, or the officers there, did not take us, particularly myself, Karkare, as criminals.
Political prisoners you were
No,
treated
they
as.
were not treated, not that way, but they themselves understood.
The compulsions.
Yes, they themselves understood that the class is quite different, although we have been sentenced under the same penalty.
Do you ever regret what you did?
Not in the least, but you have to remember one thing. For regretting, I should have some trouble. The country has been partitioned. That's my charge, friend. Nobody has even expressed their sorrow, even after 50 years, 55 years, that we are sorry to vivisect the country on sectarian basis,
Correct.
although we pleaded for secularism. Nobody expressed their sorrow ever.
What is your...
there is no question of my repenting, because I have not done anything wrong. Had I been ordered to be hanged also.
Okay.
Here, I may give you one sentimental sentence. In this case, in those days, you are to remember our age at that time.
Right.
We were all thirsty of Gandhi's life. And how much? We had feeling that let 10 lives go to gallows, but this person should not live.
Oh, I see.
So
That much was the vehemence.
That much was the vehemence. Anyway, not that we were all what we call bold enough to go and shoot him in practice. from me. Don't take that way. But at the same time, see the feelings. Because we stood by all those who had had in the trial also after that also. So that was the feeling. Right.
Okay. What do you think of Mahatma Gandhi's principle of non-violence, and are you ready to call Mahatma Gandhi as Mahatma or not Mahatma?
No, first of all, as the principle goes, when you say a principle, it could be applied anywhere and the result should be the same. But when Gandhiji said, what I say ahimsa is that much ahimsa. When others follow that non-violence, it is they make a mixing.
If I may interrupt you, this non-violence principle was also tried by Martin Luther King, by Nelson Mandela, and the results were the same. Nelson Mandela also got independence for South Africa. Martin Luther King also could get some relief for the blacks. So that means principle of non-violence was established. But principle of Mahatma's non-violent definition, what you are trying to say is, Mahatma Gandhi's definition of non-violence was different from the principle of non-violence.
Because he had no definite definition at all.
He did not have definite definition.
No, because when the slaughter was going on in Punjab, or in Bengal, in Noakhali, when Gandhiji was approached by the followers or by the sufferers, Gandhiji had no sympathy for them at all. And then he went to Noakhali in order to stop the reaction of the enemies. That was his mark.
Yeah, but what we are saying is that the principle is different from the definition. Principle of non-violence. Do you believe in non-violence or you don't believe
Not
in
in
non-violence?
the list, it's no principle at all. We are vegetarians. We don't take this chicken or
Any animal thing. Yeah.
But that does not mean that we claim to be non-violent.
Okay.
Because whatever vegetables we take, we don't know how many of these small insects are there, visible and invisible. So, to hermitize this, and he went to the extent, even taking the cow milk is also what we call no, not non-violent. He says mansahar.
Non-veg, that is what he said.
Non-veg.
Yeah.
So like that. So when you go into so many details and self-contradictory.
What do you think is Mahatma Gandhi's contribution to the upliftment of Dalits or untouchables?
No.
Or whom he called Harijans?
The name of Gandhiji's paper was Harijan.
Harijan, correct?
And he named his Asprusha as Harijan.
Untouchables as Harijans.
As Harijans. There is no uplift at all. In contrast, you will find Veer Savarkar, who actually did the uplift for the untouchables. And
what way?
What way in Ratnagiri was staying there. We happened to be in Ratnagiri in my very childhood, in those days also. So his speeches influenced even the younger mind. So the Pandits opposed their entry into Mandir. So Savarkar said it is wrong.
I see. Savarkar is...
yes, they prayed it. And finally, one Babaji Kir was a disciple of Veer Savarkar.
Right, Babaji Kir is very
Yes,
well
he
known.
was the money man. And Savarkar took funds from him, or rather advised him to raise a mandir and Patit Pavan Mandir with the decoration that it's open to every Hindu.
Patit Pavan Mandir was open to every Hindu.
Every Hindu. And when that was ceremony was there, Savarkar himself taught.
Next to that mandir, there is Bagoji Kir school also, isn't it?
I don't know, maybe.
Yeah, I think so. I'm not
I
sure.
did not go.
Hmm.
So, besides this mandir,
Hmm.
this Savarkar used to teach
Hmm.
this Vedamantra now
Hmm.
to all some mandir or some mahar or some man and all this. And this puja part was done by these students, these young boys
Hmm.
who had learned this puja part. And prasad was distributed by them and went to house and house.
Right. So fine,
And
we have now known the correct part.
Apart from it, Savarkar went with some mahar or bandi,
Hmm.
2 or 3 persons, and go to the Brahmin's houses.
Hmm.
He says, I am Savarkar, a Brahmin.
Hmm.
He is bandi, he is mahar,
Hmm.
he is man.
Hmm.
So allow me
Hmm.
in your
Courtyard.
veranda, the place you allow your dogs.
Hmm. Hmm.
And we are the human beings,
Hmm.
and certainly much better than dogs.
Hmm.
And the Brahmin, many Brahmin families,
Hmm.
they are so much impressed.
Hmm.
They allowed them that we should take care. We are sitting.
I see. Assuming you had not succeeded in your plan of killing Gandhiji, what do you think would have happened to India if Gandhiji was not killed? As per your plan.
He was after appeasing the Muslims even after creation of Pakistan.
Hmm.
He considered, just as we say,
Hmm.
he was Pakistan Pita.
Hmm.
He himself considered.
That means you are considering him as the father of Pakistan.
Correct. So,
Isn't it a very strong indictment on your part?
no, Gandhi himself considered
Hmm.
that Pakistan was his child.
Gandhi himself considered to
Considered.
Ah,
And therefore, he forced our government to part with 55%.
I see.
I give you a simile or some example.
Hmm.
A mother has her child somewhere,
Hmm.
and thereby that child is being harassed by the third person. The mother is helpless, but she feels, if I get a chance, I shall get hold of that person who is harassing my child, who is showing the bottle of milk but not giving, like that.